Everyone. So today we will be looking at some important questions from the chapter of heredity and variations. Let's start with the fill in the blanks. The first one says hereditary characters are transferred from parents to offsprings by dash, hence they are said to be structural and functional unit of heredity. Can you guess what it can be? Perfect. It's called a gene. Hereditary characters are transferred from parents to offspring by gene, hence they are said to be structural and functional unit of heredity. The second one says organisms produced by dash show minor variations. Organisms produced by dash show minor variations. And that's absolutely correct. Asexual reproduction. Organisms produced by asexual reproduction show minor variations. Let's take a look at the third one. The component which is in the nuclei of cell and carries the hereditary characters is called the component which is in the nuclei of cells and carries the hereditary characteristics is called perfect. The chromosome. It is called the chromosome. The component which is in the nuclei of cell and carries the hereditary characteristics is called the chromosomes. Let's look at the fourth one. Chromosomes are mainly made up of dash. A very easy question. Chromosomes are made up of dash. Correct. Chromosomes are mainly made up of DNA. If you look at the diagram of chromosomes, it has four arms and the last arm in the below part, it has the strands of DNA. Hence, we can say chromosomes are mainly made up of DNA. Let's look at the fifth one. Organisms produced through dash show major variations. So let's link it to the second question. Organisms produced by dash show minor variations. The answer for second question was asexual. And the fifth one is a very similar question. Hence the answer would be sexual reproduction. Organisms produced through sexual reproduction show major variations. Now here we have a few line of questions which are important and at most importance from the chapter of heredity and variations. Let's take a look at the questions. Explain Mendel's monohybrid progeny with the help of any one cross. So we remember, right? There are two crosses we have learned. One is monohybrid and one is dihybrid. So dihybrid is the one where we make the table of 16 boxes. Whereas in monohybrid, we do the crisscross, we get the gametes, and then we make a table for a male and a female. Let's look at the second question. Explain Mendel's hybrid ratio with the help of any one cross. So it has already mentioned explain Mendel's hybrid ratio. So we have to link back to the hybrid cross and we have to explain the ratio of 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. These are a direct scoring questions. These questions are straightforward and these are very scoring. No matter what you do, the question won't be twisted and this will be asked in the same manner. Let's look at the third one. Distinguish between monohybrid and dihybrid cross. So you have to mention the pointers you have to mention in this answer would be the ratio, the characteristics, and the gametes. That is the phenotype and the genotype. Let's look at the D one. Is it right to avoid a person living with a person who suffers with genetic disorders. So you have to mention your thoughts in this question. It simply says, is it right to avoid or push a person who is suffering with some genetical disorder? What are your thoughts? You have to write the answer in this. Let's look at the fifth one. Why did the characteristic of rounded yellow seed appear in the F1 generation, but not the characteristic of wrinkled green seeds? Why is it so? Can anyone tell us? Okay, that's, I think one of you might have guessed it. So the characteristic that is rounded yellow seed appears first in the F1 generation because it is the most dominant character, whereas wrinkled and green seeds are a sign of recessive characters. I hope you understood this. These answers should be around 2 to 3 lines and they should not exceed more than this. But remember to mention the keywords and the concepts. What is meant by chromosome? Explain its type with the help of a diagram. So you have to explain what is a chromosome and you have to explain the diagram. Describe and label the structure of DNA molecule. I'll try to maximize this. Yes, so wherever it's mentioned one, okay, one, this one, and another one is this one. So you have to mention both of them. You have to label both the parts and describe the structure of a DNA molecule. In a similar manner, you have to explain the structure and function of RNA. Plus, you have to mention the different kinds of RNA. Those are the 3 or 4 kinds of RNA, I presume. That is N, T, and P. Let's look at the D one. Why is it necessary for people to have their blood examined checked before the marriage? And the answer is genetical disorders. And let's have a look at the E one. It says it's a diagram of chromosomes. As you can see, you have to label the parts. That's it. Let's look at the next question. Fill in the blanks based on the given relationship. The first one is 44 plus X, Turner syndrome. 44 plus XY will be 44 plus XY will be Klinefelter syndrome. Correct. Let's look at the second one. 3 is to 1 is monohybrid and 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1 will be dihybrid. Women Turner syndrome and men will be Klinefelter syndrome. Perfect. And now let's look at the last part of our question paper. Multiple choice question. Question 1. The similarities and differences are all the effects of heredity. Question number 2. Each chromosome appears midway during cell division. rod-shaped. Question number three. The chromosome in which the centromere is exactly at the midpoint is called what chromosome? It's called metacentric. Let's look at question number four. The chromosome in which the centromere is somewhere near the midpoint is called, yes, it's called submetacentric. Question number five. The chromosome in which the centromere is near one end of the chromosome is called what? It's called acrocentric. Question number six. Sex chromosomes are also called as sex chromosomes are also called as autosomes. They are also called as autosomes. Question number seven. Which of the following is absent in RNA? Which of the following is absent in RNA? Yes, it's the thymine which is absent in RNA. Question number eight. The double helix model of DNA was produced by, it's a very easy question. It was given by Watson and Crick. I hope you like this video and all the very best for your next exams. Thank you.